Hi, welcome to my IELTS podcast. In today's lecture, we're going to talk about the Academic IELTS Writing Task 1, but it's the introduction, which we focus on grammatical range and accuracy. Again, it's important that all IELTS candidates master grammar for IELTS, especially for their academic IELTS writing task 1. So in this lecture series, I'm going to try to have you getting from whatever your band score is to a higher band score. Right, let's get started. So again, this first part is the introduction of what is grammatical range and accuracy. Because understanding the two pillars of the IELTS writing grammar criterion have you higher your band score. So let's have a look at this. So we have these 4 points here. We have range, we have accuracy, we have weighting, and we have task specifics. So what is range? Well, every time we talk about range in grammatical range and accuracy, we talk about the variety of sentence structures that candidate can use. So, in other words, the diversity of grammar a candidate can demonstrate, for example, a simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, compound complex sentence, or whether using a passive voice or active voice, relative clauses, noun clauses, adjective clauses. So this is a range. Again, every time we talk about range, we talk about the how capable the candidate could demonstrate the ability to use a different sentence structures in English. Right. Accuracy. Accuracy is, in other words, error control and clarity. The examiner is looking for how accurate you can use a grammar or sentence structure in your academic IELTS writing task 1. Or you can ask this question: how many errors or mistake you make and whether they interfere with meaning? Probably fewer errors, a higher band score. But it's the opposite. If you make more mistakes or more errors, then you tend to have lower band score. Okay, next, weighting. Weighting is the 25% of your writing score. What it means is that it is one of the four equally weighted criteria: a task achievement, coherence and cohesion, a lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy, which we're talking about right now. And last but not least, task 1 specifics. What do I mean by that? Well, task 1 specifics refer to the data description grammar. It requires a precise 10 control. In this case, the candidate should be able to utilize English grammar tenses correctly and accurately, say using passive voice or active voice, a comparative, and specialized grammar for describing charts, table, pie chart, map, and data. So range and accuracy must work together. One without the other will limit your band score, or in other words, lower your band score. Okay, Let's talk about the band descriptors of IELTS. Let's look at the grammar differences between those who get a 6 band score, which is just competent. Then we have a 7 band score, which is good. And we have a 8 band score, very good. So let's get started with those who get a 6 band score. Yes, competent. So those who get 6 band score, they tend to use a mix of simple and complex sentence forms. They make some mistakes or some errors in grammar that may reduce clarity. They also make mistakes or mistake that occurs but rarely reduce communication. So in this case, it is moderate and adequate, not bad, just competent user of English. Then we have this band 7, which is good user of English. They are able to use a variety of complex structure, such as complex sentence, compound complex sentence, noun clause, adjective clause, relative clause, and more. They can also produce frequent error-free sentences. So they tend to make no mistake or less mistake. They have good control of grammar with few errors or mistake. And this is a good progression. That is a band 7. Band 8 is a very good user of English. They tend to use a wide range of structure. So the majority of the sentences are error-free, no mistake. They make only very occasional errors or mistake or inappropriacy in their sentence structure. So if we look into the range, of course, they're excellent, accuracy, nearly perfect. So they deserve a band 8. So that is an excellent grammar mastery because in this lecture we talk about grammatical range and accuracy. Again, understanding the progression from adequate band 6 in other words to band 7 and band 8 is important. All right. So let's have a look why grammar errors or mistake reduce your IELTS band score. And again, understanding the real cause of grammatical mistakes in IELTS writing task 1 have you highest your band score. So, 25% of your writing score depends on grammar alone. And by the way, 1 and 2 bands it can be lost from repeated grammar errors, even with strong ideas. A band 5 to band 7 a jump requires moving from basic to complex error-free sentence. So if you use simple sentence in a band 6, you have to switch to a compound, complex, and more sophisticated English structure. In other words, to jump to band 7 and band 8. So just remember this. Even excellent vocabulary and task achievement cannot compensate for poor grammatical control. So that should be it for the introduction to the Academic IELTS Writing Task 1 and focus on grammatical range and accuracy. I'll see you in the next part of our lecture.